the start of this year, I weighed 450 pounds. I was, in short, miserable. I was just waiting for it to all end. However, for some reason at the beginning of this year, I decided that I needed to make a change. And as of today, December 19th, 2025, I weigh 289 pounds. That's 161 pounds just gone. And here's what that looks like. Now, I'm not done. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still pudgy. I got loose skin. I don't want to get into all that. But what I wanted to talk about today are some of the things that I've noticed, but I also wanted to show you, I wanted to show you some things. So the first thing that I want to show you is this. This is a tailor's tape. It's just, nothing fancy about it. It's, 60, goes out to 60 inches. And I didn't try to measure my waist when I first started. I knew better. But about 2 months into my weight loss journey, I pulled this out and I did the, I just want to see. And I still wasn't weighing myself back then. And back then, I could only get this tailor's tape to about there, right? And I was already 2 months in. Now, not even a year later, let's take a measurement here, make sure that, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating here. 54 inches. My waist is 54 inches. I haven't seen, I haven't seen that in a very, very long time. Another thing that I wanted to show you was, things that I can do now. So again, the camera's not going to pan because I don't have a cameraman. When I was over 450 pounds, dropping something on the floor was actually a nightmare. Trying to pick that up, I would have either had to lean on something, hike that leg up and kind of wobble around, or I would have had to kneel down on a knee and then struggle to get back up. But now, I can just go up, bend over and pick it up. Another thing that I wanted to show you is that even that little movement, that bending down and picking something up, when I was 450 pounds, I wouldn't have been able to talk. I would have been hardly able to breathe doing that. But here I am doing it. Another thing that I want to show you is this. This is a polo. This is a shirt that I've worn for years when I travel on business. And, it's huge on me. This is a 6X, and it is absolutely ginormous on me. It's huge. It should be a tent, right? I wanted to show you all these things. I wanted to show you all that because look, the whole point of this video, or this channel, is I hope that people out there that aren't happy with themselves can see that it can be done. And I'm not an expert. I'm not some dude on YouTube with cut six-pack just telling you just lift, bro. I'm somebody that's actually doing this. And another thing that I want to talk about just briefly is, part of the reason why I do this channel and do all this is part of it just helps me kind of work through my own stuff. But the other part of it is I really do want to try to help people. And this is the best way that I know how. So if you haven't seen the past videos or don't know, I want to give a brief explanation of how I've been able to achieve shedding 161 pounds inside of a year. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, just do X, Y, and Z. What I am going to say is it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And another thing that I want to say is, this is what I did. And hopefully maybe there's some aspects of it, some components of it that will absolutely work for you. With that being said, here's what I did. So the first thing is I don't count calories. I look, if folks out there, if you count calories, great, do it. I don't do it. I do understand roughly my caloric intake every day. I try to keep it to a minimum, but I kind of overestimate a little bit on some of the stuff that I'm eating. But for me, what it really comes down to is if you're counting calories, what you're really doing is you're setting limitations on yourself. You're not building habits. You're not building a lifestyle. The only habit that you're building is break out the math. Can I eat this? You know, burger plus fries equals no. I can't eat that. So to me, it's I wanted to build healthy habits and good choices, and in order to do that, I just had to focus my mind and be disciplined enough to say 80% of the week, I'm going to eat some sort of grilled protein and a steamed or grilled vegetable. If I'm going to use any kind of cooking oil, it's going to be avocado or olive oil, nothing else. The other 20% of the time, I eat what I want. I just made a conscious effort to eat a lot less of it. And what I found as time has gone on is I don't get hungry as often. And when I do, I get fuller faster. Also, I would like to say that I did heavily alter what I drink. I used to drink a lot of pops and sodas and then diet sodas, and those are disgusting. I only drink black coffee and water and occasionally unsweetened iced tea and a sports drink for the electrolytes because I do need to replenish my electrolytes. The other thing that I did was I started going to the gym, obviously, but I just didn't go in there and just start lifting weights. No, I started by building a circuit and I used AI to build a circuit for all the machines. So that way I was focusing muscle groups, it was controlled. And then I, built up the strength and the confidence to go start doing more, free lifts. So, dumbbells and barbells and all of that. Uh, Compound weights, I guess, compound lifting. And that's basically it. I mean, there were some other things. There was some testosterone and peptides and vitamins, but and supplements, I should say. But that's pretty much it. Again, this is just what's worked for me. If you want more details, I go into a lot more in depth in other videos. I'll try to remember to put together like a playlist down in the comment section so you guys can check it out. But look. I'll also say that I just recently posted a video, and if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go check it out, where I talk about some of the weird body dysmorphia that has kind of come along with this. But today's a good day. And, celebration isn't quite the right word. This is a day that it validates that what I'm doing is working. What I'm doing is yielding progress. And it's just a day at a time. So anyway, I know that the goal isn't done. The goal is not 298, 289, 279. The goal is get to 250 and see how I feel, see what's left, and then work on myself even more. So that's the next goal, 250 pounds. And it's very, very achievable. It's right there. So anyway, so if you want to see this journey, this weight loss journey, and see where it goes and how it goes, and if I can maintain it, please stick around. I share the stuff that nobody talks about or the stuff that not a lot of people are talking about. So anyway, stick around, subscribe, like, all that good happy stuff. And I hope to see you in the next one.